Hello, hello, Yogi family. I hope we are well. My name is Amy. If we have not met me before, we're going to move through a nice flow to get that heat firing up in our bodies. So we are just going to start in a seat that you find the most comfortable. We're just going to take 3 breaths to sort of center us here and get into the zone, and then we'll start. So any seat that you find the most comfortable. Just close down the eyes for a moment and allow the shoulders maybe to roll down the back a little. We go down through the sit bones. Notice your breath. Just take a moment to tune in. Relax all the muscles on the face. And let's take a really big inhale through the nose. Big release through the mouth or the nose, up to you. 2 more like this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last one like this. Big inhale. Big exhale. Lovely. Slowly blink the eyes open, and we'll move into a tabletop position. So meeting here in hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And we'll take a moment to really loosely sort of work through the wrists. So I like to just play around with where my fingers are pointing, maybe back towards my knees. Maybe I'm onto the back of my hands, and just find a little play. Putting your hands in different positions to experience different sensations through the wrist. And really think about spreading the fingers as much as you can to activate up through the forearms. Just take a couple more moments. Wonderful, and take a moment to just shake that out. And then we'll come back into all fours, and we'll bring those fingers directly back to face the knees. Spreading them here and grounding through the knuckles. We'll take an inhale. We'll create some cat-cows in this position. So finding this arch in the spine, shoulders away from the ears, lifting the chin. Exhale, let's press away from the floor, round through the back. Draw that chin into the chest. Inhale, let's drop the belly, create that arch. Exhale, let's round, press away from the floor. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Wonderful, coming back to neutral, and just turn your hands back facing forward. You might want to shake that out a little before you do. And then we'll find 3 normal cat-cows here with our fingers pointing forward. Can also tuck the toes under to stretch through the feet. Inhale, finding that arch, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, rounding, pressing away from the floor. Now, welcome to add anything in. We're going to explore this for the next 5 breaths. So maybe that sways, circles in the spine. Synchronizing breath and movement. Taking your last breath. Lovely, wonderful. Come and finding that neutral spine, and press those hips back to the heels and untuck the toes if they were tucked under. Reaching those hands forward, but keeping the head and neck active. We're going to find some hip circles. So we're going to bump the hips all the way over to the left. Draw our shoulders on top of the ears and draw that tailbone under. Then scoot the hips all the way over to the right and back to the heels. Now finding that fluid circular motion over to the left to begin with. We'll take 3 more here. And if you'd like to experience a little more sensation, you can reach the hands a little further forward. Just opening up through the hips. Take 1 more. Just take a moment pressing the hips back to the heels and maybe stretching the arms forward. Feel that lengthening through the armpits and the sides of the waist. Take a big inhale here. Big exhale, release. And we'll come over to the other side. So scooting the hips over to the right first now. Drawing that tailbone under, over to the left, hips back to heels. And we find that fluidity. Now if you experience the knees crunching at all here, then by all means have blankets underneath your knees or cushions. Taking 2 more over to the right. Lovely. Bringing those hips back to the heels. Just take a moment again, stretch through the fingers, maybe even a little more. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Coming up through all fours, we'll untuck those toes and we'll find our downward facing dog, lifting the hips nice and high. Take a moment to arrive here. Maybe we pedal through the legs, lengthening through our hamstrings. Can we check in with the fingers, grounding the knuckles and really spreading the fingers nice and wide? Notice how relaxed the head and neck is, and any other little adjustments you can apply here to create a different sensation or a different distribution of weight. Lovely. Now bringing the feet a little wider apart. We'll lift up nice and high to the balls of the feet as we inhale and follow that all the way through as we round through the back nice and slow. Shoulders come on top of the wrists. We squeeze the glutes, lift up through the kneecaps, draw that tailbone under, squeeze the core. Exhale, lift the hips nice and high, downward facing. 2 more like that. Inhale, round through into your plank pose. Exhale, nice and strong, hips up and back. Lovely, last time, inhale. Exhale. And you can walk those hands back towards the feet, folding, slip it. You can walk your hands back to the feet, folding forward at the back of your mats. In your Uttanasana, and any option here with the arms hanging down by the toes, clasping opposite elbows, or maybe interlacing the hands behind the back and drawing them overhead, finding chest expansion. Just take a moment to feel that upper body really hang heavy over the lower body. And maybe trying all 3 arm variations and settling with the one that feels best for you. Taking some deep, nourishing breaths here. If we're in the same position as me, with the hands interlaced, can we really draw those shoulders away from the ears? Imagine I'm pulling the palms up towards the ceiling. Lovely, take another big breath in. Big breath out. And slowly release your variation of the arms and let them hang down by the toes. Strong bend in the knees now. Head is heavy, arms are heavy. Nice and slowly rebuild the spine, stacking each vertebrae on top of the other. Nice and slowly. Head is the last to rise. As it does, take a moment to roll those shoulders down the back a couple of times. And then find your feet a little wider apart. So we'll go through a nice little spinal twist here. Now encourage a gentle bend in the knees and a cactus in the arms. I'm going to face you. And then we're going to bring in this rotation. So trying to keep the gaze fixed forward as we rotate in the torso. Now you're in control of how much force you bring into this, and you're welcome to peel off the heel of the opposite side you're swaying to allow for a little more range of motion. Now if you've got the space, you're welcome to open the arms out. Take a few moments, just supporting your spine here. Really healthy way to wake it up. few more moments. And without coming to an abrupt halt, just slowly release that sway bit by bit. Wonderful. Then take a moment, bringing the feet a little closer together. We'll draw those shoulders up to the ears. Big inhale, squeeze them up. Exhale, let them slide and round down the back. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Wonderful. Finding yourself at the top of your mat. We'll move through Surya Namaskar. So we'll take the first round nice and slow, and then we'll pick up the pace, and third round we'll add in. So if you're really confident with this series, then you're welcome to go at your own pace. Also welcome to challenge yourselves by keeping your eyes closed. Otherwise, moving with me. Hands together at heart center. Elbows go nice and wide. Let's draw that tailbone under, engage that core. Big breath in. Exhale, hands by the sides. Inhale, let's reach up, sweep up. Option to just reach, option to squeeze glutes, push hips forward, lift chest, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, we fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, right leg will come back. We soften to the knee, untuck the toe, find a nice lift in the chest, opening in right hip flexor. Take an inhale. We hold that inhale as we find our plank pose nice and strong. And we exhale, dropping knees and chest. Bottom stays lifted. Inhale, we slither through, finding our low cobra. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Elbows point towards the ceiling. Take another breath here. Exhale, untuck those toes. Peel the hips nice and high. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, right leg will step forward. We plant it inside. The right hand soften to the left knee. Untuck the toe. Find a little opening and lengthening through that left hip flexor. Inhale. And exhale, left leg will come to meet the right, folding forward at the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, strong legs brings you all the way up, finding that reach or that gentle lean back, really squeezing the glutes, protecting the lower back. And exhale, hands together, heart center. Wonderful. Left side. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands by the sides. Inhale, let's reach up, sweep up, finding our option, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, left leg will come back, soften to the knee, untuck the toe, find that gentle opening, take a big breath in. Hold that breath, let's find our plank pose, nice and strong. Exhale, dropping knees and chest, bottom stays lifted. Inhale, slithering through, finding your low cobra. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and away from the ears. Big breath in, maybe lifting hands off the floor this time. Exhale, tucking the toes under, peeling the hips nice and high. Downward facing, big breath in. Exhale, release. Left leg will come through. Plant the foot, soften right knee, untuck the toes. Find that opening, inhale. Right leg meets the left as we fold forward, top of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, strong legs coming all the way up, reaching or adding gentle lean, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Wonderful, move through both right and left, a little quicker this time. Inhaling. Exhale, hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up, sweep up, find your option. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right leg comes back, soften to the knee. Lifting, inhale. Hold breath, plank pose. Exhale, drop knees and chest or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing this time. Knees can be lifted or grounded. Exhale, downward facing dog. Straight away, right leg comes through, soften to the left knee, untuck the toe, inhale. Left leg meets the right, fold forward, exhale. Inhale, flat back, strong legs all the way up. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Left side, inhale. Exhale, hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left leg back. Inhale, lifting. Hold that breath, plank pose. Exhale, knees and chest or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Straight away, left leg draws through. Soften to the right knee. Inhale, find that opening. Exhale, right leg meets the left, folding forward, exhale. Inhale all the way up. Maybe Urdhva Hastasana, exhale, Samastiti. Beautiful, we're adding in this time, inhale. Exhale, hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up, sweep up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding, Uttanasana. Inhale, right leg back, untuck the toes, soften the knee. Now inhale, let's come up to a nice low lunge. You're welcome to use your hands here. Find your stability. If you need some protection for that right knee, by all means, you can roll the mat back or grab a blanket or a cushion. And see if we can bring those arms into a nice cactus position. Now we're going to tilt the elbows forward, palms slightly back. We're going to create circles with our elbows. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, maybe we dip into our low lunge a little more as we squeeze those shoulder blades together, open through the chest. Exhaling. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And we'll bring the hands together, heart center. Right elbow will cross to the left knee, finding a low lunge twist. Now find the palms pressing into one another and encouraging them into the heart center. Welcome to stay here. Welcome to untuck the right toes and lift up through that back right leg. Really active in the kneecap, crease behind the knee, up towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Can we soften left shoulder? Big exhale. Now can we stay in this twist as we reach that left arm back, right arm forward, coming all the way up and cartwheeling those arms really slowly, matrix style, planting that back right foot 45 degrees, finding our warrior two. Now sorting out your positioning for your legs, whatever feels the most comfortable. Find your version. Soften those shoulders. And gaze over that front middle finger. Play with this bend in the left knee. And can we squeeze those legs together? Fire up those inner thighs. Draw that tailbone slightly under. And then we'll flip that front palm. We'll find that reverse warrior. Lifting left arm up, right arm down the right leg or around the back and pressing the left ribs forward. Breathing space into that left side body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Left arm to the left knee as we find side angle, right arm up to the ceiling. Press into the knife edge of that back right foot. Maybe right arm comes over the ear. Inhale. Exhale. Now 2 dynamic movements between the two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. You can play with where that left hand is placed. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Now follow that top right arm all the way down as you frame that front left foot, and we'll find our way through our vinyasa plank pose. Take an inhale. Knees and chest as we exhale, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. 3 breaths here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Welcome to being child's pose. Find some softness. Regain connection with the breath. One more here. Lovely. Right leg will come all the way through. Plant the foot, soften onto the left knee. Now we'll come up into that low lunge. Now using your hands if you need to, just find a little stability first. Then we can press into the heel of that right foot. Draw that tailbone slightly under and we'll cactus those arms. Again, same thing. Elbows tilt forward, palms back. We'll find those circles. Inhale, sweeping up. And maybe dipping into this lunge a little more as we squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Reaching all the way up. And hands will come together, heart center, as left elbow now crosses to the right knee, no lunge twist. We find ourselves pressing our palms together, encouraging them to heart center, relaxing through that top right shoulder. Now, welcome to stay here. Welcome to untuck left toes, lift up through that back left leg, active in the leg. Keep finding that twist from the torso. Big breath in, big breath out. Now, trying to stay in the twist, if we can, right arm comes back, left arm comes forward, and we cartwheel those arms really, really slowly, transitioning into our Virabhadrasana, warrior 2, other side. Now, play around with the distance of your legs, and really evenly distribute weight across the feet. Can we squeeze those inner thighs together, draw that tailbone under, and soften through those shoulders. Take a big breath in, sink a little deeper. Now let's flip that front palm as we find our reverse warrior, left arm down the left leg or around the back, reaching that right arm up, pressing those right ribs forward. Big breath in, big breath out. Right arm to the right knee as we lift left arm up towards the ceiling, really pressing into the knife edge of that left foot. Maybe even it comes over the ear. Big breath in. Exhaling. Now moving between those 2 positions. Inhale, finding your reverse. Keep squeezing the legs to support your balance. Exhale, side angle. You can play with where that right hand is placed. Inhaling. Finding your fluidity here. Take 1 more round of inhale and exhale. And exhale, we'll frame that front right foot to move through our vinyasa. Plank pose. Exhaling knees and chest to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing child's pose or downward dog. 3 breaths. One more moment here. Now, if you're in downward facing dog, coming down into your balasana child's pose. You can take a moment here. If you're already in child's pose, you stay exactly where you are. Breathe. Slowly walking the hands towards the knees, rolling up. Now we're going to roll onto our toes so we can find ourselves on our feet. Now use your hands and just bring your feet a little wider. So we're finding our yogi squat here, malasana. So you might want to play with your heels being up on blocks if you find that your heels aren't grounding. Or you can use a rolled mat or blanket. And you're welcome to keep your hands in front of you if that supports your balance. Or alternatively, hands will come together, heart center, as we press those elbows to the knees, knees to the elbows. This is a wonderful pose, personally, to check in with the body. I can really suss out how everything is feeling here. So play around with little activations in the body and softenings at the same time. And notice what place you can reach. Now that may not be for everyone, I grant you. So we can focus on the breath if not. One more here. Now a little mobility in this pose. We'll plant the hands And then we'll lift the tailbone and the bottom up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the legs and the hamstrings. And maybe use your hands to bring the weight into the toes. And as we exhale, we're going to drop the hips back into that yogi squat, maybe even finding our knees, pressing into our elbows, elbows to our knees. We'll move through that nice and slowly. Inhale, tailbone goes nice and high. Relax the head and neck. Exhale, we lower. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. So opening through the hips and lengthening our hamstrings here. Synchronizing breath and movement. I think there's one more. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Now use your hands behind you to plant onto your bottoms and shuffle a little forward. I'm really off my mat here. I'm going to come all the way to the top. And then we can bring those hands behind the knees. And we can take a few spinal rolls, massaging our spine here. Up and down the length of our back bodies. This can be as big or as small of a roll as you like. And settling whenever you're ready. We'll settle on our backs. Keep the knees drawing into the chest. And we'll find a happy baby here. So soles of the feet go up towards the ceiling. We can clasp around the ankles, the calves, or the outsides of the feet. As we draw them down, draw our knees down towards our armpits. Now, if you experience in this pose that it feels really compressive and not comfortable, then other option is to draw the soles of the feet together and open the knees nice and wide, bringing that lower back flush with the mat. So wherever you are, just take a moment to relax the shoulders, relax all the muscles on the face. Take a big breath in, big breath out. 2 more like that, big breath in. And stay actively drawing down if you're in happy baby. Last time. Exhale. Now, if you're already there with the soles of the feet touching, then stay where you are. We'll join you. Soles of the feet will touch if you're in happy baby. Interlacing those hands, allowing those knees to go a little wider, maybe taking a little rock. And just softening this here. And take a few moments, maybe drawing your knees into the chest and just massaging the back body, taking some circles, massaging the sacrum. And maybe opening the legs, swimming them towards and away from each other, staying nice and active in the toes, explore both directions. We're going to find a nice twist here. So let's plant the feet to the mat, knees pointing towards the ceiling. We'll cross right leg over the left and we'll scoot the hips over to the right. We'll then drop those knees over to the left and encourage right arm out to the right, gaze follows. If this doesn't feel comfortable, taking a traditional supine twist by drawing that left leg out nice and long and still encouraging that right knee down towards the right side of the room. Alternatively, both knees can place towards the right side of the room. Take a big breath in, gazing at the right fingertips. Relax through the muscles. Find a little more softness here. One more moment. Slowly coming up and out of your twist, whichever one you chose. And just take a moment to resettle. So either legs are out nice and long or we're still pressing the soles of the feet into the ground and just allow the spine to realign. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Other side to explore. Left leg will now cross over the right if we're taking that first option. Hips will scoot over to the left. We encourage those legs down towards the right as that left arm reaches out to the left, gaze follows. Taking your alternative option, same as you did other side. Finding that softness, that sense of relaxation. Breathing. Taking one more breath here. And slowly, slowly coming back through center again, allowing yourself a moment for the spine to realign. Inhale where you are. Exhale, letting that go. Allow your body to find any last moments of movement that serve you before finding your final resting pose, Shavasana. Lengthening the legs out nice and long. Legs go wide, toes splay out. Arms are away from the body, palms facing the ceiling. Take a moment to just adjust your shoulder blades and your glutes here. And really allowing your body to find complete stillness and comfort. If you have props, using them also. As we close down the eyes, arriving in Shavasana, let's take a big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Allow everything to melt, everything to soften. No longer needing to think about how you're moving or how you're breathing. Just allowing your body and breath and mind to simply be. Trust that I am here, and you'll hear my voice again when it's time to come up and out of Shavasana. And taking a really big breath in, inhale. Big sigh out through the mouth. Wiggling fingers and toes, bringing movement back in. Circling through wrists and ankles, both directions. And welcome to take a full body stretch here, bringing the feet together, arms above the head. Taking a big inhale, big reach. And big exhale, releasing. Rolling to your preferred side in a fetal position. Resting your head on the bicep of your arm. And just take a moment here, keeping the eyes closed. A moment to honor your practice, honor your bodies, be proud of yourself. And press into that grounded hand. When you're ready, and lifting up to a comfortable seat. Now taking a moment, keeping the eyes closed, shoulders relaxed. 3 final breaths here. We'll squeeze the shoulders up into the ears, press the palms to the thighs, draw that chin into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders side, the breath out through the mouth. Maybe round through the back. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, big breath in. Big breath out. Hands can come together at center if that is part of your practice. And taking a moment of gratitude to honor all that you are and all that there is. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. And I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.